The biggest names in news in exclusive one-on-one interviews. Connect with Katie Couric right now at CBSNews.com.
Joining us now from Washington is Pat Brown, author of The Profiler. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Betty.
There's been some criticism by the McCanns about the investigation, specifically saying that not much has been done. Is that truly the situation, or is it an instance where the leads have just gone cold in this case?
Well, Betty, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. One is that one theory was that the child was abducted, and another theory was that she died in the apartment. And this, of course, is the theory McCanns aren't too happy about, and they don't want that one out there. And so they're still angry at the Portuguese police. And this is one thing I don't think they should bring up at this point in time. You know, after 3 years, if they're looking to get the cooperation of the police, it's not the time to say you're not following up our leads, and they also mentioned that it's possible they aren't following up the leads because they don't want the child to be found alive, because that would be embarrassing. Not really what you want to say. You just want to keep it positive and say, you know, ask for somebody's help and not bring anything negative into the conversation.
How important is this new picture of what possibly Madeline looks like today going to be to that investigation?
Well, I think it's very important to have both pictures out there. One, of course, so that people remember her at the time. So if they're looking back and they remember seeing something, they will be able to say, oh, yes, that was Madeline. And the other picture is terribly important, because if she were still alive out there, then they would obviously want to have people looking for the child as she is today.
Have private investigators found any significant leads that you know of?
Not that I know of. Even since the very beginning, when they have believed that the private investigators had great leads that weren't being followed up on, I never saw that they really panned out to be anything. And they are saying there's other leads that aren't being followed up, and I don't know what those are, and I don't think anybody really does. I don't know what leads they could be finding at this point in time.
So at this time, should it be more about closure for the family, or truly is there a situation where possibly she could be found alive?
Well, for the McCanns, I mean, if they're innocent of any wrongdoing in this whole situation, of course they're going to continue to want to search for their child. They're always going to believe their child is out there. That would be normal for any parent whose child has gone missing. They're not going to give up on her. So they're doing the right thing in that sense, that they're trying to keep her in the public eye. And quite frankly, this child has been seen everywhere. I mean, as far as missing children go, she's one of the most publicized missing children in the world. So that's one of the most unusual things about this. With her picture out as much as it's been out there, she would have to be pretty well hidden for her not to have shown up any place at this point.
Well, the parents are definitely holding on to hope, as would any parents. Pat Brown, thank you for your time today. We do appreciate it.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.